guys.
Guess who got Tears of the Kingdom? Guess who's finally getting their revenge?
Charlie's copying us.
No, I'm not.
Charlie, teacher, Charlie's copying us. Hello?
Dude,
Gus and I did a really
copy.
funny bit where we played video games during the episode, and now Charlie's playing catch up almost 2 or 3 weeks later, trying to play the same video game. It's not even a different video game. He's trying to do the same thing.
Yeah,
it's different when I play it.
Yeah, you could have at least played like Custer's Revenge or something. That would have.
I did.
Yeah, you could have played Mustard's Revenge.
Why do you think that we didn't put out an episode on time? It's because I was playing it while we were trying to do the podcast, and you guys didn't hear me talk, so I was mainly just sort of like
playing
grunting.
Wait, Charlie, you're watching a movie right now. You're not even playing a video game. What the fuck? That's a movie.
He's
dude.
watching.
I can see
He's watching Birth of a Nation.
Oh yeah.
He's watching. That's not even like an acceptable movie, Charlie. Come on, man.
That's not even an acceptable movie.
Not only are you 2 weeks late, you've mixed up movies and video games.
I'm watching Triumph of the Will.
It's not a good movie to watch.
I heard
Charlie.
that it inspired Star Wars, and I thought that there was going to be Ewoks in it.
This is so fucking ridiculous. All right, guys, this basically confirms that this is going to be the worst episode.
This is going to be the worst episode of the podcast in history.
We're just going to get this.
This might as well just be the toilet episode.
Yeah. This one's going to be called the shitty ass garbage dog shit episode. That's
live from the fucking shithole.
We're gonna turn it around.
The day should be called boring shit that nobody cares. We should go to r/dumb boring shit. That nobody cares
r/ blank screen and white noise.
Guys, I'm gonna turn it around with my observations on Tears of the Kingdom. So I have a lot to say when I learned at the beginning of this game that Zelda is actually mixed race.
Charlie,
what that means to me, I'm kidding.
Charlie, that's a book. I can see you, man. You're reading a book. You don't know what a video game is. This is so embarrassing.
I was on the DeviantArt page for Light Skin Zelda. God damn it.
That isn't DeviantArt, Charlie. That's Huck Finn. You're mixing up your wayfish elf boys.
Puerto Rican Zelda.
Puerto Rican Zelda is
from
my
the
favorite
Bronx.
book.
Woo! Yeah. Zelda getting a chopped cheese in the Bronx.
Legend of Bodega, dude. That's such a good book.
Here, let me get a
Polish Link, and he's just like entirely confused by all the Sonai devices. He's got no idea what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, Polish Link, and he's building his car out of like fans and like carts and wheels, but everyone else has regular cars. But yeah, so what's been going on? We've been late a week or a few days or something.
Yeah, we might
like
be pregnant.
That. Yeah, we're pregnant. Our periods have been late. We're all synced, so this is kind of alarming. We might be group pregnant. Yeah. And then we had Griffin and I had beautiful breakfast, which I meant to upload to the Patreon, but I didn't.
We got breakfast together.
It was ugly AF.
It was fine.
It was fine.
I bet it was. I bet you went to.
It was like the only meal.
Breakfast?
It was like the only meal I ate that whole weekend.
You went to dog poopies.
That's not true.
That's
true. We went to somewhere that had a 20s cartoon name called Eggies.
Egglies.
Egglies, yeah.
Egglies, believe it or not, Exium.
Let's go into a gastropub called Burgerlies.
I know. It's
I would love to go to a gastropub.
Yeah, let's all go.
It was also like the most expensive food I bought that weekend too. So
yeah,
it was nice.
Really, that's I guess
I did not do much of anything that weekend.
Yeah,
I didn't eat. I kind of just sat around.
You texted us. You tweeted something out about it's like I can't believe what's going on at this jazz club, and then I think Gus or I asked
jazz clubs.
We went to a blues club. It was cool. It was fine.
Yeah, and then
I'll talk about what happened there. Maybe not on the podcast.
Okay.
I'm mostly just mad about myself for forgetting to say that you went to the blues club.
The dudes club. Griffin fuck each other.
Griffin slipped a roofie into someone's saxophone. And it went all the way up like a...
Yeah. Yeah. It got launched out into a girl's drink, which wasn't his intention. No, then you said that, and then like a few minutes later, like I don't know, we texted you. It's like, Griffin, what are you doing? It's like, oh, nothing. I'm hanging out. I was like,
what? I was just vibing.
Are you at a blues club? He's like, yeah, I'm just hanging out. It's like, no, that's
I don't understand how that doesn't compute to you. I'm just sitting. I was just sitting around listening to music.
Because you aren't usually whatever. Do you spend most of your time in a blues club?
Sure. I go.
Yeah. Okay.
Griffin spends most of his time in a poops club.
Yeah.
In a blues club.
He tried to roofie somebody's poop. That's what
happened. Yeah, Griffin got me bluesed. That's when someone accused him of putting that roofie in the saxophone. Yeah.
He did not get me bluesed.
Yeah. Griffin gave so many girls the blues by putting things in their drinks.
No.
Yeah. I can't believe how many women Harvey Weinstein gave the blues to. Okay. I guess we're gonna move on before
I thought you were gonna tell the story of Gus saying he had been awake for a while, and then I was very annoyingly like, I've been awake longer than you.
No, I didn't catch that.
I was awake for a really long time.
Oh yeah.
49 years, in fact.
49 years.
You one-upped him. Yeah, I also didn't eat during that weekend. I
hate eating while traveling and going to the bathroom. I just hate going to the bathroom while away so much that I will eat less to avoid going to the bathroom.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the case with anyone else, or
I literally just didn't feel like eating the entire time.
That's
I think
kind of insane. Yeah, what? Dude? I eat so much when I'm out.
I just didn't feel like it.
It depends, I guess.
Yeah, Charlie didn't feel like it. Charlie wasn't scared of the toilet.
It's
an entirely different thing.
Like, what if there's a bathroom emergency and I'm not I'm not ready for the bathroom? I'm gonna have to
also, go. What if you choke on your food?
Yes. If that happens?
Were the toilets in the Blues Club shaped like big trumpets?
Sure.
Yeah. Fucking, I don't know.
Yeah.
All right.
What? The urinals they looked like a hi-hat with the little kickstand.
Yeah.
And the sink was an upside down tuba, and
yeah.
And there was I was hallucinating a pink elephant.
Yeah. So I found a really good subreddit. This is called, for whatever reason, I keep getting recommended left-wing subreddits, even though I just don't go on them. Really, I'm not even subscribed to any. The only subreddits I'm subscribed to are for paradox games, which should indicate, it should be offering me different kinds of political subreddits because I'm subscribed to those. But no, apparently it thinks that I'm a bleeding heart leftist. Which...
The one that keeps cracking me up is I keep getting recommended posts from the subreddit for specifically just Breath of the Wild. And so I've seen 3 different recommended posts that are guys, please stop posting shit from Tears of the Kingdom.
Wait, you know what's one that I get recommended a lot is just r/presidents, because I went on there once.
r/that's like a subreddit a 7-year-old would make.
I know, and it's literally just which president do you think would be the best at basketball? Or no, there was the last one I saw was which president
be
you think
Howard Taft.
Gotta be Lincoln because of his tallness.
That's gotta be FDR.
That's gotta be FDR because they don't feel bad for him.
The last one that I saw was which president do you think would be the best stand-up comedian? And then it was a picture of FDR, which it was him with his cigarette holder, which made him sort of look like I guess kind of a club comic, but I don't know, maybe they were in on the joke. But it's just all people that are really into the presidents, which it's a thing that I don't know, a 7-year-old would be into.
I feel like Kennedy could be a good stand-up.
Yeah.
Obama could have been a good stand-up.
He would have been a great stand-up. I feel like it's hacky to say that Trump would be a good stand-up, but I think
he would not. He would be a shitty stand-up.
I don't think he's funny like that. He's funny in weird impromptu ways, but
he could be
he would be a Conor O'Malley type, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think I would love to see Obama do like Steve Harvey's material, but in his same cadence. You wouldn't want to send me over there?
Yeah, they got some noises everyone. In the jungle.
Yep, I heard some noise in the jungle.
You did what?
It was
I
hope people didn't.
Lord, no.
Yeah. Anyway, so this is a subreddit called the Deprogram, which is listed as an international anti-capitalist podcast run by an American, a Slav, and an Arab. And the fact
right,
that
guys, we've got inter-subreddit podcast beef.
Yep, we don't have a podcast subreddit.
/Bill Simmons.
Yeah,
yes.
There is already a podcast for the Bill Simmons subreddit.
I know. We're gonna start.
We should have.
With the
we're gonna elbow them out.
Is about the subreddit for the Bill Simmons podcast.
Yeah. But anyway, I have to say that if you're referring to yourself as a Slav in general, and you aren't referring to yourself as, like Russian or something, that probably means that you're Polish and you're trying to hide that fact. You're trying to abscond from, your identity as Polish. I don't know if that's what abscond means, but I think I'm going to pretend that it is.
I think that's like a pastry.
No, Charlie's closer.
Yeah.
I know.
I'm gonna abscond your ass the next time I see it, buddy.
I'm gonna ab your scone.
I'm thinking about sconing from this conversation.
Yeah. Anyway, so this is from Tito Bros 99. Thoughts on NoFap from a leftist perspective?
Let's go.
This is hitting on all our favorites.
It doesn't really matter which hand you're doing it with. I feel like
yeah. Ding ding ding.
The release of the semen is kind of the important part.
So I'm sure we're all familiar with NoFap, with the NoFap trend. Parentheses Seaman retention, spelled SEAMAN.
It's I do respect him for using just the grossest, most unappealing word for masturbation in the movement.
Yeah.
Fat is an awful, awful word. It's so it just sounds bad.
What if it was no squirt? There should be a no squirt movement.
That's what I'm trying to impose on women every time I have sex with them.
What if they just made the noise? Like a no.
Yeah. No splat movement.
The no splat movement.
Yeah. Splat movement. And, quote,
this is Red Pitt. Like an anti-cruelty organization for cartoon characters.
And, quote, Red Pill and, quote, alpha male shills have popularized it. But I'm curious if anyone has a leftist analysis of it. It's anti-consumerist and boycotts one of capitalism's most exploitative industries, so I'd imagine Marxists would be generally supportive of it. But I want to hear your thoughts on it. So yeah, this is pretty cool. What's your guys' view of NoFap from a leftist perspective?
From a leftist perspective?
Yeah, I'm honestly pro because it's against porn, and that means that those women aren't getting money.
I think you should. I think
we need to stop giving women money
to share. Amongst everyone, so I think kind of keeping all the sperms by yourself to become more powerful is a little selfish, and I don't think that's very kind and leftist.
Well, if you look at how many sperms they use in the third world, they're using 5 at most every time.
No, I mean we throw away so many sperms.
We throw away.
Think kids in Africa could be maybe not.
Those
like a condescending mother saying kids, you better accept this pornography. There are kids in Africa who are jerking off to it right now.
Yeah.
There are kids in Africa jerking off to rocks.
Yeah, all those Atlanta Falcons Super Bowl porn that they're jerking off to. Anyway, but
Someone says we are Marxists. We like science. There is no empirical evidence for semen retention. Not supporting porn is good, but if you fap here and there, nothing will happen to you. Porn addiction or sex addiction is no real medical diagnosis. CSBD, compulsive sexual behavioral disorder, is a real diagnosis, but it's not an addiction, and it needs medical help to deal with it.
Yeah.
Facts.
We are Marxists. We like science. I wonder if Neil deGrasse Tyson is a Marxist.
Let's have him on the show.
I bet we could.
Yeah.
I would really for the, I think it's time the oh shit, we got a badass here image to make a comeback. I think it's really funny.
It's a great one, yeah.
I think that's time, anytime, especially when we're playing
like that, and I think Ermagerd is coming.
We got a badass over...
Somebody once replied to me with the "We got a badass here" image. when I was 10 years old and I was bragging about the first time I got top comment on a YouTube video. It was an Xbox Ahoy video about which Call of Duty weapons were good.
Yeah. That original image is actually from Neil deGrasse Tyson responding to one of the women accusing him, as he said, "Oh, he got a badass over here."
I forgot he was like there were a bunch of guys who got like soft Me Too'd.
Yeah.
Where, like they very clearly like got Me Too'd, but it just kind of went away after like a year or two.
Yeah,
like Fred Armisen. Fred Armisen. I didn't even know Fred Armisen. I saw the John Mulaney bit where he talks about his intervention, and he said Fred Armisen was there, and it's like, man, imagine if a meteor fell from Earth and hit that building and killed everyone in that room. Killed everyone at John Mulaney's intervention. Killed John Mulaney, Fred Armisen, and Pete Davidson, and Bill Hader. Pete David and David Hasselhoff.
Yeah,
and Olivia Munn.
Those people would have been a major win for the people who came in over Zoom. Guys, really fucking smug.
And David Byrne, who I think David Byrne did like the music for his special. Yeah, it would be funny if he was there. Yeah, he did the music. He did the music for
credits.
He did.
I only saw the one bit.
David Byrne did the music for John Mulaney's intervention also.
Stop doing drugs.
Stop. Yeah.
Why?
That was the name of the hour and a half long recording of John Mulaney's intervention. It was called "Stop Doing Drugs."
Fuck! I was about to make that joke.
Yeah.
I'm convinced they just re-released the Stop Making Sense, like the remaster. I'm convinced they just did it so they could take down the version on YouTube I really like watching.
Oh, what happens in that?
They were probably thinking of you.
They were thinking of me specifically. That's what in my enjoyment. They wanted to take away my enjoyment.
I don't like that people say that that's their favorite movie, because that's not a movie. It
is a movie. Shut up.
It's not a movie. Fuck you.
It's a movie of a concert.
I could just go through a slideshow while listening to a Talking Heads album and get like
you're
the same
being
experience.
Dick. You don't know anything.
I'm not being a dick. I'm being a critic. I'm being Roger Ebert-esque.
You don't even know how to do anything. You're lashing out because you're a failed artist. You tried to make music in the 70s and 80s and failed, and that's why you're making fun of Talking Heads right now.
Fuck you. Never again.
You have quite simply no grasp of polyrhythms, dude.
No,
I have such a grasp. I went to Berkeley for 10 years.
They made you repeat a grade.
They made me repeat several grades, but I picked up new knowledge every time. That made me an elite musician. What
did you play?
I played Everyone Against Each Other. I just got out of Berkeley. I started when I was 12 years old. That's how much of a prodigy I was. And
you did it for 10 years.
I did it for 10 years. They never kicked me out because they saw such potential in me. I failed a lot of grades because my end of the year projects were just like were scathing critiques that stopped making sense. But
here's my impression of David Byrne.
Tried to present a scathing review of Stop Making Sense.
They said that
Do you have any new material?
Yeah, they said that Pitchfork rejected me for caring too much about something.
Pitchfork rejected me because they thought I smelled bad. So that's
I didn't.
Pitchfork rejected me because I'm not a damn monster.
I didn't know about
angry mob.
I didn't know about Pitchfork until I literally remember I was like outside of a George Floyd protest. Like a few days after it happened, I was in a group chat and someone brought up Pitchfork, and I was like, "What's that?" And that was probably that was the first time I heard of Pitchfork.
What?
And I wish I didn't. Yeah, no, it's awful.
Charlie, what kind of George Floyd protests were you going to, man?
This was in a group chat.
Were peaceful.
I was looking. They weren't talking about Pitchfork. No, it was just like.
It must have been those outside agitators everybody was talking to.
Oh my god, they must have. That's why all the riots went so bad in Minnesota, because the Pitchfork fans were playing death grips and everyone got so aggressive.
Yeah. No, it was in a group chat. It was just coincidental.
Wow.
Yeah.
Then I don't see why you had to bring up the George Floyd riots even at all.
Because that's the time frame of when I learned about it. I remember it very vividly. I remember when my innocence was shattered.
Your faith in the system was lost.
Yeah, it was teetering, but then I learned about what Pitchfork was.
I knew something had changed in this country when the Call of Duty Warzone loading screen was a black screen that said Black Lives Matter after George Floyd got killed. That really affected me.
Do you guys remember when the Las Vegas Raiders just posted a black square that said "I can breathe"?
Yes.
I can breathe. That's like the one, because some of them were weird. Because I remember even Pokemon posted one of them that's like, "We stand with Black Lives Matter."
Yeah, I remember Gushers posted one.
Fucking Gushers posted one, and the Las Vegas Raiders were the only ones.
You guys said me for a second. I'm like, wait, what?
Gusser. We love you, Gusser.
Gus posted. No, the Las Vegas Raiders were literally the only ones where everyone's like, "That's insensitive, man." They were the only ones that messed it up somehow.
They were literally the only organization that somehow managed to fuck up. This was less than a year after their head coach got fired for being racist.
Yeah. Well, maybe it had good intents then. Yeah. So I wanted to read this comment from the post. We got off track, but
let me see if I can find the fucking emails, because I remember some of them were really stupid.
From Heartbroken Boomer, the movement is mostly associated with men trying to better their lives by not fapping with the following logic. The not fapping will stop clouding your judgment. It'll help you get some sort of apathy/dopamine dependence. It is mostly sold with some sort of evolutionary psychology and machismo. Animals trying to ascend by sexual frustration reminds me of circumcision. And then OP quoted that and says, "Funny that you say that, because as someone who's been restoring for almost 4 months, I found that a lot of men interested in restoring are also interested in NoFap. Edit. NoFap is meant to increase your sexual sensitivity by making sex into something more special again and quitting the porn cycle, whereas circumcision preeminently reduces sexual sensitivity," which, I don't know where they got that idea of what NoFap was, but especially after all these comments opposing that. What?
I found the emails that John Gruden got fired for, and I'm laughing at them all over again. He was mad at a black executive named Demoris Smith, and he called him Dumoris Smith. He called the NFL commissioner a faggot and a clueless anti-football pussy.
Oh, okay.
One of the quotes after these got found out was, "I don't have a racial bone in my body."
He just called him dummy. That's like,
no, it was something, I can't remember what it was exactly. He did compare. Yeah. He called him an ape or something like that.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's really bad. Because I was gonna say if you just called him that's the most underhand softball way to insult someone.
You're a freaking nincompoop.
I like that he called him anti-football. That's
anti-football pussy.
It's like the way Stalin would justify a purge.
I found this comment from Bomber Rurp. It says, "I mean, the whole saving your energy aspect of it is stupid. That said, peeling back the layers of dog shit, there's a kernel worth engaging with. NoFap is a misguided reaction to the complete reification of sex and relationships under modern capitalism. The goals of NoFap are basically self-control.
God damn it.
Self-control, freedom from dopamine hit instant pornographic gratification, success with a lemon, which is so elusive to many given capital's destruction of community and its commodification of dating as such, health and energy."
That's why.
Too long to fully list out, but capitalism has been very detrimental to our vitality. I think it's too simplistic lib brain to write it off as pure prudishness. These people want intimacy, they just reject and can't deal with the way intimacy has been commodified, even though they don't frame it this way, and in their misguided understanding attempt to resolve a systemic social issue by individual restraint.
And that's
love about jacking off.
Because all the NoFap guys were like, "Hey guys, I just polished off my woman hunting gun," and they're like, it's like, what could these young men be really searching for?
He's watching, he's going on NoFap and he's seeing all these people "Yeah guys, I held it in so long I squirted on my eyes," and they're like, "Oh man, they're rejecting the commodification of relationships."
Yeah, it's like, I
fucking hate girls so much I'm never gonna touch my dick again.
literally all those guys. It's like, hey, when's the day of the rope finally gonna come, guys? when are the whores gonna get what they deserve? It's like, I wonder what capitalism has done to this person. But he has a desire that we all feel deep down, but we don't know how. This man doesn't know how to sort of channel that through listening to podcasts.
These guys are all gonna end up leaving NoFap after somebody's like, I gained the power and brain energy to start a business. After I retained my semen for 3 years.
Yeah, no, it's like, wow, yeah. Once these guys get money, their pathologies their revolutionary potentials will be totally subsumed by capitalism, which is kind of
Yeah, one of these guys gets like clubbed at like an anti-police protest, and he just like pops. Pinata. Like a water balloon full of his own cum.
Yeah, no, just like, you just bump up against him. Yeah, no, just like a balloon with air leaking out of it. Anyway, what was the, it's just someone recommending a movie. I just looked up sex in the subreddit. Oh, here's a good sex one. How about Griffin? You want to read this one? It's the next one. You might not think it's about sex, but it'll surprise you.
All right, let me see. I got blocked for defending Stalin.
Yes.
Oh, no. Dude, that happens to me all the time.
Guess how this turns into...
There's kind of an IRL block. They can be called banning you from the YMCA.
Yeah.
Called cutting up your membership card.
Gus was trying to be the fucking himbo socialist of the left at the Y, but they wouldn't let him because he wouldn't wear pants.
A very barrel-shaped white Cuban guy got really upset.
Gus just cut out a hole in his shorts and his junk was hanging out. He says, "What? I'm trying to engage. I'm trying to help young men that might think
and squat form, okay."
No, he's like some men might be attracted to Andrew Tate, but I'm trying to guide them away from that. And by banning me, you're just leading people into his to his lies. Anyway, Griffin, read.
So I was on a certain yellow and black app talking to someone, and we started talking about capitalism. It was going well until I said Stalin wasn't bad, and then they unmatched or blocked me. And I didn't get the chance to defend my viewpoint, but that's not why I'm upset. It's part of the reason, but not the full one. It's not why I'm upset. It's part of the reason, but not the full one.
Yeah.
I'm bi and cis, so I don't really have to worry about being persecuted on account of my sexuality. But they do. And they were talking about all the horrible things that were happening to the trans community by fascists. And I said running away probably won't solve the problem, but fighting back will. Which works. I've been with several socialist revolutions and then Stalin, and all I said was he wasn't that bad. My point is fascists are persecuting you. The guy who was killing fascists, liberating Jews, and trying to maintain a big-ass country fucked up with the policies. Does anyone would. But the idea that a leftist can simply just lump Stalin in as bad without context is annoying. Especially when that leftist is being persecuted by fascists.
And especially when it means I'm not getting any leftist pussy. That's got to be the worst part.
Oh no, I don't think this was pussy that they were I think they were trans.
Yellow and black is
Yellow and black.
Yes.
Tinder or
not Bumblebee Simulator.
I thought it was Bumble.
I love Bumblebee.
Okay, that's scary.
There's Stalinists over at Bumble. Anyway,
they accept Stalin at Bumble.
Talk about the revisionists on Grindr more, Griffin.
I find it insane that people will discount anything Stalin did and had to do because they were conditioned to do so, while being persecuted by the people Stalin would have purged. I know under Stalin homosexuality was recriminalized, but it was criminalized everywhere at the time too. I'm not saying Stalin was right, but I'm saying it was 1933. How the fuck can the U.S. left work together if the very mention of Stalin is just an instant shutdown of discussion?
Yeah, I like that this is through the lens of someone that he was...
How the fuck can this happen?
How can we come together as a community and have sex with each other? Yeah, but then work together afterwards. This is someone on fucking Grindr, man. It's like, how could the U.S. I also like that he says that they couldn't explain his position, and then he just goes on to explain the position of a Reddit post.
Now, I know what you were thinking, which was that I was mad that I couldn't engage in a debate with this person, but that's not it.
Yeah. I I mean, that's like so fun, getting like that mad that like someone unmatched you on a on a dating app because
you were a little weird and pushy.
Because you said I like Stalin, or I think Stalin was fine, and then like not understanding.
I think Stalin was stinking good. I think he was a fucking good guy.
Not even that's like an issue of like, oh, I said that wrong, or like, oh, maybe they're not that kind of person. It's like, I can't believe it's come to this.
I can't believe America is a fucking piece of crap like this now.
I can't believe that we've been so conditioned that when Bear for Twink 1959 messages you something about how I think Stalin is cool, that you just unmatch me.
I can't. This country is so messed up that I'm gonna get unmatched from Cooties-er just for saying that we should abolish homework.
Yeah, no.
What is this country's problem?
I'm gonna go find some like-minded, trans people over in
today?
Russia, where they like Stalin. What?
I found out Jehovah's Witnesses, they make their kids do homework on their birthdays.
Yeah, no, they don't do birthdays.
That?
That's fucked up.
They have to do homework on their birthday and holidays. I know it. Like it made me want to become like a militant atheist. Yeah, they're making kids do homework on their birthdays.
Someone just said average Stalin W, which I gotta say, this was not a W.
Yeah,
I don't know how this was a. I guess the Stalin W they're referring to is liberating. Yeah, World War II. Yeah. But also the last thing that they mentioned about Stalin was recriminalizing homosexuality. Someone says, I just don't get why people are saying Stalin was bad while conservatives are trying to kill you right now. They need a boogeyman to finger point away from what they are doing, which I guess the they in this context is someone on Grindr. In my experience, someone says Stalin is the goat, and then another person says to the libs he's the scapegoat, which doesn't really make sense.
Let's
Fuck
go,
yeah, dude. That's
hell yeah,
so sick.
That is awesome. Doesn't make sense at all that he's a scapegoat. Yeah, they don't. It implies that Stalin is doing the same things that liberals are doing, but he gets the blame for it. That absolutely makes sense. In my experience, you really have to prime someone before you hit them with the Stalin wasn't that bad, or Mao or Che or whatever. I didn't come to see that myself until I was well deprogrammed enough to see the propaganda. We've been fed since elementary school. Even sooner, I thought I thought North Korea bad until I was educated myself and learned the South was a dictatorship until the 80s. Yada yada yada. Wow. Which. Yeah. Also, maybe build a good rapport with someone first, which, yeah, good idea.
A good rapport?
Yeah. Yeah. Talk about Michael Rappaport first.
Fucking dating apps talking about Stalin.
Yeah. Yeah. Stalin was probably the only one who I won't bring up with new people. Good idea. I find that most people don't care about the rest that much until you give them the old, but they were a dictator, and the conversation just moves on from there. Oh, what did the OP said? Their comment is like hidden, so you can't see it. Oh, it got downvoted 6 times. Oh boy.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, but these are adults. They have access to all the information, and they refuse to listen to it. And when they do, it's only the worst part. I think that the American left doesn't have time for this slow-burning fire because conservatives aren't trying to build a rapport.
Stop saying
no
rapport.
Fuck you. Rapport.
Fuck.
I don't know how I got that wrong. I'm editing that out.
No, you're not.
I don't know why.
No, you're
I don't
not.
know why Michael Rappaport isn't doing this. They know that's how you say it. They know who to target and convince and how to do so. Leftists don't have the privilege, time, not power. Which, goddamn, this is someone again on fucking Grindr.
Probably just fucking, like, this is the most obvious fucking, like, no shit point in the world. They probably don't even fucking care that much about the Stalin thing. They just thought you were annoying.
Yeah, no, you're bringing
up fucking... Like, it's just an irritating thing to fucking bring up when dating.
Yeah.
I have, like, zero fucking strong opinions about Stalin. He's been dead for 70 years, and if my fucking hinge match just started randomly barking about him, I'd be kind of fucking irritated.
Yeah, no, especially if you're, like, what it sounds like, this is a trans woman that they matched with. I don't know. I think there are a lot of them that would have time for that, but I think a lot of them would just rather move on.
The best part is, like, even in his fucking defense about it, he says, like, well, yeah, technically he did recriminalize homosexuality.
Yeah, just mentioned that.
Yeah, but that was just how it was back then. That was just locker room talk.
That's the 30s. Everyone was doing a lot of crazy things in 1933.
Yeah. Well, it's all because of the Depression, right?
Yeah, no.
We didn't have money for gay people back then.
Yeah, you couldn't get laid back in the Depression, as we mentioned earlier, so Stalin was doing nofap. I love that he's making this a thing about, like, principling the left. So someone says the right always has the advantage in being able to play on people's fears. Their gut reactions and the ideology itself doesn't really require to look in on someone's selves. We have to meet these people where they are, where they're at, and most of them just aren't ready to hear that yet. I know at one point I would have laughed in your face if you said Stalin had any redeemable traits. Then OP says, "Yeah, but do any leftists really have time to act like that?" What the fuck else do you want, man? What the fuck else?
This guy's got some kind of scenario in his head where if he doesn't get laid, like, somehow, like fucking, like, Hitler's corpse is gonna rise from the ground and come down.
If these trans women don't fuck me, then they're just gonna be killed. And I mean that in the most leftist way possible. If you don't have sex with me, you're gonna end up dead. I will kill myself. Yeah. Yeah. Someone says most socially adept leftists, which is pretty funny. Someone says, how can quoting, how the fuck can the U.S. left work together if anyone mentions Stalin's an instant shutdown, and they say, this is by design, comrade. We just have to keep educating. It's the only way. You don't have to fucking bring up Stalin all the time. I'm sorry, but that's just not, like, contingent on anything. You don't have to bring up fucking Stalin. There's, like... Yeah, I like how they don't even, like, fucking... I'm not gonna fucking lecture about, like, leftist credentials, but I like how they move past, like, talking about Lenin, who, like, Stalin, like, ostensibly was, like, trying to model himself after and referred to. They're like, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna talk about the guy that just everyone associates with his dictatorship. We gotta defend that. We gotta... when you're trying to fuck someone, you gotta talk about the gulags. I'm sorry. You gotta repudiate every point in the Gulag Archipelago. You gotta say why that's wrong before you have sex.
Waiter. The soup is excellent, but I need to know whether you think the Holodomor was real.
Yeah. Waiter,
Charlie, have you been to the Gulag Archipelago and Tears of the Kingdom yet?
No, I haven't. I've heard that it's really fun.
Well, whatever you do, don't believe what they're saying about what they're doing to the Bokoblins there. It's it's fucking propaganda. They're just trying to get you to fucking pull away.
No, the only Koroks that they're putting in there were going to do something way worse. They were going to be really annoying if they weren't put in the Gulag Archipelago. Yeah, someone says the U.S. left is honestly a joke right now. 2020 basically kneecapped what little we had, and we're back in the wilderness. It really pains me to come to this conclusion. I love that all this is just about fucking Stalin.
No, it's all about Bernie Sanders.
It's all about talking about Stalin. Someone says, man, what the fuck? You on Grindr talking about Stalin? For they're to get laid and be normal. And then OP replied, I start talking about socialism when I get comfortable.
Oh my god.
It's like, alright, when do you want to meet up?
That is me as fuck.
Yeah, when do you want to
I've honestly never been comfortable on this podcast because I've never talked about socialism.
Now it's time. Yeah. I mean, I get that, but you couldn't get me to talk about Stalin before the third date if you put a gun to my head. And then the OP replied, yeah, but why? And then
the other in the Midwest do that, but with football teams.
Yeah. No, fuck you. You don't get to say that about me. You don't get to imply that about me.
I was born in Chicago, dude. I'm not, making fun of you.
You're from Chirac?
I
just like referring to everywhere in Chicago as Chirac. I went to see the beat in Chirac.
It's funny, but let's not examine why it's funny.
Yeah. No, it's because, anyway. And then, they said, yeah, but why? And then that person said, because normal people don't talk about Stalin, even if they start a conversation about Stalin. If you're close and they respect your viewpoints, then yeah, go for it. Otherwise, just go fuck. Time and place for everything, and Grindr ain't it. And then another person but why?
This guy seems awesome.
Yeah, and then someone says, someone with the user flare tactical white dude says, I used to believe Stalin was a fascist and on the same level of evil as Hitler. I think your grinding buddy thinks the same, which is unfortunate. Your grinding buddy.
My grinding buddy.
Propaganda works, but the truth is out there. Keep reading, be curious, and be critical and scientific. And of course, help a comrade out. I don't think they can. I think that's what...
Jesus Christ.
What, you guys aren't going to go on the comrade with me?
Yeah. You aren't taking the Viking longship out?
It's possible he's not talking about cum and he's just Australian.
Yeah, comrade.
Hey, comrade.
Propaganda is whack. Oh wait, someone says, what is the yellow and black app? Pornhub, and they say perhaps, and they said perhaps another place. What the fuck are they talking about? Okay, it has to be Grindr, because you don't talk to people on Pornhub. They have a website, The Dead Imp. What the fuck? This is just their their own personal blog. Oh, they have Conservatives Are Absurd, my rant.
My rant. Yeah, I want to see what his rant is. Let's go.
Yeah. Oh, he also has one called The Elder Scrolls Online and Star Wars: The Old Republic. Yeah. Okay. What are dead declarations? What are these? Oh wait, let's read them. One.
I don't know what his declarations are.
There's no right way to adapt a wrong system. 2. Why is everything not designed to be pleasurable? We design things to make a profit before we design things to make people happy.
This guy's gonna freak out when he finds out those things are kind of the same.
African Americans were ethnically homogenous in America. The enslaved had to take Anglo-American names, jobs, and traditions, and could be integrated into society if not for people who chose to see us as different. Wait, what? Be wary of people who want leaders. Be wary of people who want leaders, which is a very funny thing to say about someone who's just talked about Stalin on Grindr.
Yeah. Hey, I think the recriminalization of homosexuality is probably not that big of a deal. But be wary of people who want leaders.
Yeah.
Those are some things you gotta watch out for.
Yeah, we make education boring while making the bad shit more appealing. Education should be the last thing that should be boring. It's rich in history and implications. Well,
education should be like the 6th or 7th thing that should be boring.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense given how this person is on Grindr. Mistakes don't matter if you can afford to make them. I don't think that's true.
No, I think that's true.
Mistakes don't matter.
Nope.
If you can afford to make them. There are more ways to profit than money. The worst time to ask for leaders is during a crisis.
I saw
romance complicates everything! Fucking romance complicates everything. Oh my god. And then the last proclamation, there were a bunch more. I don't understand why religious people ask for a sign only to ignore them and then do what they want anyways. And this is, the blog called The Dead Imp. Contact us if you have any problems or suggestions. Just email at thedeadimp@gmail.com. I want to know more about this. Oh, you can also give feedback. They have a podcast.
Yeah. Let's go.
It is a completely blank section. They do not have a podcast. The article. They have a business tab, mission statement. They just, goddamn. All right, I think we might need to move on to Gus. Do you want to read the next one? I forgot what it was. This one's short. I just thought it was funny how much this person cared.
Real quick, I found the Gruden quote that he got in trouble with racism for, and it was Dumb Morris Smith has lips the size of a Michelin tire.
Oh my god!
Oh my god! Yeah, no, that's. For a second, I thought I thought I was racist for thinking is dumb Michelin that bad? But no, that's
no.
That's awful.
I remembered why he was mad and why he was calling Goodell an anti-football pussy, and it was because DeMaurice Smith was the head of the Players Association while they were on strike. That's why he got so upset.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I would be upset too. That guy. I mean,
fired after they came out. Which one did you want me to read?
Just the Philip DeFranco one was just short, but I thought was kind of funny.
Philip DeFranco, that's an excellent one.
Yeah.
One second.
Penis DeFranco.
Penis. That's not his name.
Penis to gay guy.
His name is Philip. Please, I don't know why you're being so rude to this guy.
I just thought it was funny how obtuse he was here.
Philip DeFranco made a video about Poland. Wanted them to change the name of Kaliningrad. Funny how they support the German name, claim it to be offensive to them, which they say as neo-Nazis roam the streets, threatening LGBTQ people.
So if you don't know what Kaliningrad is, it's the small
Charlie, did you just pick the most paradox post you possibly?
No, and ignore the fact that this person's user flare says "Upward Heart Shrine for Victoria 3 Thought." Ignore that. No, I just thought it was funny how fucking angry they were about it, because Kaliningrad's like that small Russian exclave just above Poland, and they're just like, it's like, why does Philip DeFranco care about this? What is he trying to hide? Then another person just commented a question mark. Anyway, I'll move on to this next one. This is some red meat for us. Pitbulls, the proletariat, and racism.
Oh my god.
Yeah, beast mode.
An effort post about a working class icon, presumably referring to racism. It was the working class icon. It's true that pitbulls. Oh, never mind. It is true that pitbulls make up a hugely disproportionate amount of reported dog deaths. It's also true that they are especially dangerous and have caused many dog deaths by dog bite. I don't know what other bite they would cause it by. What many of these statistics fail to account for is environmental factors. Pitbulls tend to be the most abused and regularly abandoned dogs. It's also very difficult to get accurate data on breed-specific attacks. While pitbulls are the highest reported, they're also not a breed as... They are also not a breed as much a group of breeds that include the American Pit Bull Terrier, the American Staffordshire Terrier, the Staffordshire Bull Terrier, the American Bully. This study also found that pit bulls only had about 43.5% pit bull type DNA ancestry. So this is just like such a fucking extent. When do they actually start talking about racism, not just like
they don't really.
And then and then basically just says like a lot of black people have pit bulls at the end. And then they cite their sources. Good job.
Are we sure that it's not just like a lot of like sorcerers who are like putting evil magic in the pit bulls? Like I feel like that there needs to be like we need to start asking people in the census if they're sorcerers. And then maybe those demographic things will clear stuff up about a lot of issues in our society.
It turns out pit bulls are actually most likely dog breed to be connected to... they are the most likely dog breed to be a part of inherited trauma that is manifesting as a supernatural entity.
People just don't like...
It turns out that they're so angry all the time because a lot of the time they're actually your dead mom.
A lot of people dislike pit bull. It's because of the propaganda.
Would you guys rather
from the U.S.
live in a
after
house?
the war?
Would you
would you rather live in a house?
Would you guys rather live in a house or a home?
I would live in a house because I don't want to be nailed down emotionally.
Would you Would you rather live in a house with a ghostly spirit that represents all your childhood traumas, or a house with 2 or 3 pit bulls in it?
I think I could make the pit bulls work. I think
I could make them pull really heavy metal and and sell it to scrapyards.
Guys, the pit bulls I'm using for manual labor are trying to unionize.
No, I'm
gonna see if I can get them hooked on some kind of dog drug.
No, if you told me that I was gonna live with the 2 or 3 pit bulls, like I could like make something work with them. I think because like if you're getting killed by a pit bull, it's probably because like they caught you lacking, right? And I wouldn't be caught lacking.
You would be caught lacking.
I would not be caught lacking because pit bulls love me because I also love to fight toddlers.
Charlie, Griffin, can we get a cap check on that?
My capometer is simply going haywire.
You said Mein Cap, which is your
Mein Cap.
That's the book that you wrote.
Mein Cap. So it turns out all the things I said about Jews is made up. I didn't. I'm very sorry, guys.
Hitler's newly uncovered.
The Nazis said we were simply following orders, and the Hague went cap.
Yeah. Yeah, just like all the fucking like Nazi defenders, it's like they didn't know what they were doing, or
cap.
Like, yeah, and then
Hitler was capping.
Like,
Hitler was capping.
Hitler was bad. Never mind, guys. It is funny that people like, it's, I guess not funny, but like the way that people still do like
whatever
Holocaust.
You're about to say, I do think it's funny.
Yeah, it was about Holocaust denial.
I take it back.
Yeah,
I take it back.
That
I was doing satire of somebody who
that
thinks that sort of crap
people. Well, no, that, like people still do Holocaust denial. It's like, what's gonna happen when you like finally disprove that? Or it's like all the Jews that like it's like all 6 million of those Jews. It's like, all right, guys, the jig is up, and then they all like like the giant vault
they're
open.
all into one clown car.
Yeah, they're all under the Holocaust Museum. It's like that's where all the TV the TV scripts have been coming from for the past 70 years. They get paid well and all that. It's like, all right, guys, the gig is up. Not only this, but the writer's strike's happening. So they're just all like, oh, come on. Everyone leaves Israel. Like, all right, guys, they found it out. Pack it up, and then Benjamin Netanyahu's like, sorry guys, it's time to head out. We all have to go back. I have to go back to Philadelphia.
Yeah. Mein Kampf reveals that Ernst Röhm wasn't even actually gay.
Yeah.
Hitler was just like, what would make people really not like him?
Yeah.
What would make it so that nobody wanted to eat him?
Yeah. I want to see what else people are saying about pit bulls. So it says, scarily true, my friend, as always, well said. Someone says, I'm much more a fan of the working group in general, TBH, which I gotta say true. Compared to when it's when I'm given three options, which are pit bulls, the proletariat, and racism. Proletariat, probably my first pick. Gotta say, racism probably my last pick, but pit bulls I'm sort of in the middle. What time are we? We're almost done. Let me see what
almost done.
We've almost made it.
They're our worst episode yet.
Yeah. This was a good episode. I'm gonna send this one.
It's actually, we haven't really made this the worst episode yet. So
no, Gus, can you read the one that I just sent?
Oh, I'm too busy farting.
Gus, can you read the one that I just sent? Please, I'm begging you.
Okay, sorry. I don't know where else to vent, but sex should stop being demonized.
Boo! Boo!
Boo this man.
Boo! Slut!
This guy and the NoFap from a leftist perspective guy are gonna have NoSap abuse accusations about each other.
Oh yeah, no, just dueling ones.
I'm tired. I'm tired of hiding my feelings, lol. I'm a human. I feel hormones. I'm not a slut.
Cap.
Sex is a natural thing. It's a human thing. It's a healthy thing. But Western society is fucking It could be so healthy, so therapeutic, so refreshing.
But then these women accuse me.
But mate, fascists be like, read the pussy stretches, I want virgins, read.
Yeah, they definitely be like that. Mm-hmm.
Does anyone else think fascists low-key be like that?
Fascists do think like fascists low-key be like, I hate black people.
Fascists love saying the pussy stretches.
I'm so stupid, I'm a fascist.
I'm gonna make a new meme called Fascist Luck, Brian.
Yeah.
I get judged for having sexual feelings.
Fascists like Brian looks in the attic, they're in the basement.
No, I don't view you as an object, Sarah. I know you're a person.
What the fuck?
I won't make unwanted advances with you. I'll ask for consent, obviously, parentheses, bare minimum. Alright, man, you have immediately made yourself look like a rapist.
Yeah, obviously, Judge.
This sounds like a conversation he's having with no one.
Yeah, no. That's what, all these posts are.
He's like protesting an accusation nobody else knows he got. I know you're a person. I won't make unwanted advances with you. I'll ask for consent, obviously. I'm just a person with human emotions. I get horny. It's normal. No need to galaxy accuse me of shit I didn't do, especially when I'm not smacking.
Oh boy, what is that?
Oh dude, late stage capitalism is responsible for the Title IX accusation.
Galaxy accuse? What? That's when you accuse someone of
the first man to be Me Too'd by the entire Milky Way.
Yeah, just the most Me Too'd man in history, and now he has opinions on the left.
Wait, fuck, it keeps going. Remember, don't invite someone to your house and then joke about sex ed homework upstairs and not expect that to be interpreted as let's fuck baby lol. Anyways, I'll delete this later. Autism is a bitch. I'm a very illogical person and some people are illogical.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Oh my god.
Yes. You are the best person on this subreddit.
Oh my god. Dude, I love the slow build-up. Because it's normally when you get like a Reddit post like this by someone who is obviously on the verge of committing a sex crime, like it's right off the bat. But this guy's starting with this just like weird. It's like seeing like the fucking like outline of a demon in like the background of a shot of a horror movie.
Yeah,
it's like slowly creeps up on you. Like this is like seeing like the Babadook's coat fucking, like, poking out from underneath a door.
Yeah.
Oh
I like it. I like that he starts it out the first two sentences as it's like a leftist thing. I also like that he says I'm not a slut. Like that's what like fucking like rapists get accused of. It's like all these women are saying that I'm a slut and I assaulted them.
This is so good. Wait. So the top comment is just what prompted this? And OP responds, girl invites me over. She talks about sex. We talk about sex. I'd be like, I'm open to it. She'd be like, oh, maybe. I'm like, okay, take your time. We don't have to do anything. Gets reported for sexual harassment even though I never did anything without her consent. Even specified I was autistic and needed yes or no answers. So she's dumb here, not me. I love that he ends it like he's fucking specifies.
Oh, man.
Oh, my God, dude.
I've been in... Jesus fucking Christ. It was, I was completely vindicated.
Sex is bourgeois decadence. This is a working class subreddit. We don't have sex nor seek pleasure.
God damn, man.
Yeah, and then, this is great.
So annoying.
Hello, fellow leftist autistic person here. Not to imply we ought to self-segregate or anything, but there's a sub called Autistic Liberation.
Wow. That's a teaser for next week.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. When the autistic camps were liberated, that was one of Stalin's greatest achievements. Yeah, I mean it sucks because they got on the train so
underground looking at railroads.
They would never leave the underground railroads.
Some say they're still there.
Oh my god. For what it's worth, guys are easy. Have sex with men. It'll make your sex life a lot less complicated.
They liberated the I can't concentrate camps.
Someone says Western society is the best in this regard, which, sure.
I fuck with Western society.
I hope Western society fucking dies.
Yeah, I hope that it stops these women from accusing me. Oh my god. Fuck. Oh, Christ. Well, subscribe to the Patreon.
I thought this is a premium.
No, I'm putting this up because we missed the Tuesday.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, why don't we just skip that one and put this on the Patreon? It's okay if we skip a real one.
No, because we have a special for the Patreon.
Oh, that's right.
Our special friend that's coming on.
Yeah.
Yep. Harvey Weinstein.
Neil Young.
Yep. Oh. Neil Young.
Neil Young is.
Yeah, Neil Young is coming on the podcast.
Neil Young
that
is
would be
coming
huge.
on the podcast.
Well, we couldn't put the episode on Spotify if we got Neil Young on.
Oh no, that's so much more listenership.
Damn it. Bye.
Yeah. All right.
Bye.